The White Sox are fresh off an off day from Philadelphia. Now back home. It is hot and it is steamy. And they welcome in the Atlanta Braves, one of the best teams in baseball. The best by record, 45-21.
The opener is going to be Brandon Eisert, who's done a really nice job as an opener. Erick Fedde is going to be the guy who comes in after him.
Eisert delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him. One down.
Harris digging in. Left on left matchup.
And Michael Harris sends it to the gap in right center. That will drop in front of Tristan Peters. And Harris picking up right where he left off.
Olson playing in his 850th consecutive game.
And Olson sends it high and deep to right field. That is way gone. And a two-run home run to open the scoring for Atlanta. His 13th road home run of the year.
That was way up into the heavens over the right field wall. And there aren't too many people who hit higher home runs than Matt Olson. When he hits them up there, man, they're leaving Earth's atmosphere, it looks like.
There's a fastball up, inner third of the plate. Matt gets up underneath it, and we talked about this team and the White Sox being able to hit home runs here in this ballpark. If you get it to right field, you basically have to get up in the air. Matt does. Braves up 2-0.
Now the DH, Dominic Smith.
That one into left. Antonacci will make the catch. Runners stay put, and a much-needed fly ball out for Brandon Eisert. 2 away. Will Venable out of the dugout for the White Sox.
Well, sometimes the opener works and sometimes it doesn't. Tonight it did not. One of the few times that Brandon Eisert has just not gotten the job done. He's had a really good year, but tonight was not his night.
Riley's going to face the right-hander Fedde. Fedde to Riley. Swing and a miss, and Fedde gets him to end the inning. The Braves get to the White Sox coming to hit.
Grant Holmes on the mound for Atlanta.
He gets ready to make his 13th start of the season.
Club has won 9 of his 12 starts this year. Benintendi with a ground ball to second. Ozzy's got it, and it's a 1-2-3 frame worked by Grant Holmes.
Starting the second, Erick Fedde, the bulk guy, works to Mike Yastrzemski. Swing and a miss. Fedde gets a strikeout.
There you see the changeup, and it's 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts. This one just disappears out of the zone.
Sox will let it ride. Their Braves have a 2-out base runner. Michael Harris, the second, his second time up. Acuna runs. Romo throws down. Acuna swipes the tag. He got him. It's Acuna on Acuna. The two brothers competing here tonight. Walt Weiss wants to check the replay.
Wants to look at it again. So they use the challenge early.
Atlanta's challenging the out call at second base.
So it looked like the throw beat him. Did he get the tag on? He might have just missed him. And that's what Ronald is saying, is that there wasn't contact there. See if you see anything. You see him touching the ground. You may have a case. Now it's interesting because you sit there and look at that angle. And for Brian Walsh, the second base umpire, he's got a clear look at it, but I don't see contact at all.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out. Atlanta will lose their challenge.
I don't know what in the world they saw that we didn't, because I saw him completely whip the tag.
And here's Braden Montgomery, and they're already standing. First career plate appearance for Montgomery. No pressure. And he's got 1 foot in the box, and he's kind of glancing around the ballpark, just took a deep breath, taking it all in.
Then he goes down on the slider from Holmes. 2 down in the second.
Well, don't feel bad about it. When you look at the Grant Holmes slider, it's one of the best whip rates in the game at nearly 41%. That is 4th best in baseball among all pitchers that have thrown at least 300 sliders. It is a nasty one.
2 out for Tristan Peters.
And there's a K for him. Back-to-back strikeouts to close the Chicago half of the second. Picking up right where he left off.
How about a big fastball here? 94 miles an hour from Grant Holmes to finish off these Sox.
One down with Matt Olson coming up after his 18th home run of the season. Opened the scoring for the Braves in the first. Golfed into center. Peters back at the track at the wall, and Olson sends it over. Peters got his leather on it, but it's his second home run in as many at-bats for Olson.
And it is his 19th of the season, his 50th RBI, and the Braves have a 3-0 lead in the top of the third on the power surge by Olson.
What a good swing, too. He gets a changeup down in the zone out over the plate, and Matt's so good at taking that ball and keeping the hands inside, driving to the big part of the field the opposite way. Does it again here, and he's accounted for all 3 runs for the Braves.
And now Ozzy Albies.
That one's roped into right field by Ozzy, and he will take a wide turn, try to stretch it into a double, and he is there. And Ozzy's 2 for 2 tonight. Dominic Smith flew out to left field his first time up. He's got 2 on in front of him for the second time tonight, and he rips this one to first. Gonzalez goes to second for 1, back to first, and right through the webbing.
Coming to the plate now and scoring is Ozzy Albies. And Fedde, furious with himself, looked like a good enough throw, but it whizzed right by him and hit the railing of the Braves dugout. And that keeps the Braves out of what would have been an inning-ending double play, and it leads to a run.
And that'll bring up Yastrzemski. Hey, struck him out looking on a sweeper. Braves get 2 more, 1 on another Matt Olson homer. It's 4-0 Atlanta in the third. A 2-out walk for Antonacci. And Vargas steps in with 15 home runs.
That one's well hit to left, and this one will leave the yard into the bullpen.
And just like that, the lead is cut in half. We told you about the thunder that the White Sox have. And for Miguel Vargas, he hits his 16th. He drives in runs 42 and 43. And just like that, a 4-2 ball game on a line drive rocket into the bullpen.
Well, let's just say this. He was patient. He waited for the pitch. After that 2-0 slider that he took a bad swing on from there, he became very selective, and there was a payoff because of it.
Number 16 for Vargas. Here's Acuna, who has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and then caught stealing.
Acuna to third. Vargas from deep sends a 2-hopper to first, and just in time, and Ronald is limping his way in right field.
We know there have been quite a few lower body issues for Ronald Acuna Jr. Both of those knees, and the reaction here is not one that you want to see.
So that will give Olson a chance. He has homered in both trips. He's homered off Isert and Fedde.
Olson has 2 homers, lifts one to deep center on the track. Almost had a third.
It's Olson smiling at first base. He just missed his 3rd home run of the night.
Woo, that's all I have to say.
Here's Braden Montgomery. Big at bat here for the rookie. He struck out in the 2nd. This time, though, 2 on with nobody out.
That's going to find the hole and be a base hit. The first major league hit for Montgomery, and it's an RBI hit.
Braden Montgomery has his first career hit and RBI, and it's 4-3.
Welcome to the big leagues, Braden, and congratulations. He knocked 2 off of the list with 1 swing.
That's it in his 2nd career at bat.
A lot of guys spend a great deal of time trying to drive home that first run, but not Montgomery's. He takes a fastball away, drives it through the left side, and Holmes now has seen that 4-0 lead whittled down to 4-3.
Well, how about this? Walt Weiss is coming out to get Grant Holmes.
It'll be Dylan Dodd out of the Atlanta Braves bullpen. He'll enter with the bases loaded. 2 down in the 4th in a 1-run game.
Swung on, popped up, right field. Eli White looking up into the blue sky. He's under it, makes the squeeze. And there's the 3rd out. And that wraps up the bottom of the 4th inning. But 7 Sox go to the plate. They pick up a run, a couple hits in there, and they leave them loaded.
Braden Montgomery will bat right-handed for the first time. He's 1 for 2 from the left side in his major league debut.
And Montgomery dispatched.
Well, the tying run is at third base with 1 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here comes the catcher, Drew Romo.
Gets it down. Here comes the runner. Olson's got him in a rundown. Chase Grichuk back to the bag and didn't even need the flip.
That is some bad base running from Randall Grichuk. You either read it and go or you don't go. He just kind of started and stopped. You'll watch him here. Not much of a secondary. He went hard and realized he had a bad read. It's a safety squeeze, which means you go if you think you can make it. Excellent work by Matt Olson. Nobody surprised there.
Here's Sam Antonacci, runners at 1st and 2nd.
Into right field. White comes up throwing around 3rd hill, and he is out at the plate. Eli White with a bullet from right field.
They're thinking about challenging it. We'll see. They are going to challenge this. You know, sometimes it's about the setup. So you know what? They actually may have a case there. We will see. You're supposed to be in fair territory. Now, again, did the throw taken there, and you see Austin Wynch trying to get out of the way to make sure that there is a clear lane. You see where he's standing, right? That's part of the potential problem. The tag, absolutely, he is out. And what you really need to see is where is Austin Wynn when the throw was made, and did the high throw start to take him into foul territory, which normally is okay. If he's set up in foul territory blocking the plate, that's where he potentially gets himself in trouble.
After review, there was no blocking of home plate. The call at home plate, the out call has been confirmed. Chicago will lose their challenge.
Boy, what a play by Eli White and Austin Wynns, and the umpires got that one right. That was perfectly played all the way around.
They're at the corners for Jacob Gonzalez. Boy, they just keep knocking on the door. Swing and a base hit to right. Jacob Gonzalez ties it up. Vargas will score. We're back to even at 4-4.
There's a little spinning changeup that he featured that was up, and a beautiful compact delivery by Gonzalez.
First and second, nobody out. Down 4-0. They pull even at 4-4.
Chase Maidra at the batter. Shot out to short. Dubon steps on second, fires to first, and a double play. Played extremely well by Dubon. First pitch swinging by Maidra, hit it directly to Mauricio, and he's able to pick up a couple outs.
And it brings up the young man making his major league debut, driving in his first run with his first major league hit earlier in this game.
Golfed into center field. Harris is there. That will end the inning, but not before the White Sox scratch one across after a leadoff walk comes home to roost.
Here come the Braves in the top of the ninth against Grant Taylor.
Grant Taylor's been overwhelming this year. The ERA 193, 50 strikeouts, 9 walks, in 32 2/3 innings.
It's high, but he went around on a check swing. Bill Miller rings him up at third. And the Braves done in the ninth. They strand one. Sox try to win it in the bottom of the ninth. Tied at 4.
Raisel Iglesias enters out of the Atlanta bullpen, an ERA of .87.
Popped up towards center. Harris sprinting in. Dubon backpedaling. That is going to be caught by Dubon. Boy, some indecision there for a second, but Dubon able to get in there and make the squeeze, and down they go in order, and we go to the 10th inning, tied at 4.
Mauricio Dubon will lead it off.
Mauricio pulls back and sends it into right field. Ozzie around third. Here's the throw. It gets through. He is safe, and now at second base, Mauricio Dubon. Perfect execution, and the Braves reclaim the lead.
Braves leading 5-4 in the 10th. 2 down for Yastrzemski.
Pop to the left side. Vargas drifts into shallow left and makes the catch.
So the Braves do cash in that 3 run.
But it's Montgomery, perhaps fittingly, making his major league debut, who is the Sox last hope.
Chance to be a hero in his major league debut. Tying run at third, 2 outs. The 0-1. Montgomery hits a fly ball pretty well. Deep left. And it is gone! He's won it! No chance! An opposite way. 2-run homer. Braden Montgomery coming around third. He's going to be mobbed by his teammates. This team is something else.
This has been just amazing to watch. I mean, not a fan has left their seat in anticipation of this kind of finish, because they're starting to believe that this is a team that's destined for success.
Down to their final out. The kid making his major league debut at 23 years old just hit an opposite way game-ending home run. This is a night Braden will never forget.
Absolutely no chance he'll ever forget that moment. He won't remember running around the bases, but he will remember the results.
How great a moment is this?
Just unbelievable. The fans gave him a standing ovation to start the game when he walked up to home plate, and they give him a standing ovation as he finishes the game with a game-winning home run.
Sox are within a half game of first place. The final in 10. Sox 6, Braves 5.